pre-alpha release for this version 2.3. The developer edition has kind of changed the icon a little bit, so we've taken two rectangles instead of just the one that was there earlier. So we have two, and they're kind of like overlaid on each other at different angles, right angles. So that's pretty amazing. Then you get to the advanced menu. You know, not a lot is known about the advanced menu. It was locked for developers for many years, and we're unlocking it in this new pre-alpha, alpha 2.3 version. 2.4 will be updated as well with a new overlay for the advanced menu so that you can kind of explore what that could possibly mean. Display language, well, English. So that's the current display language. 3D settings, if you want. If you want. You don't have to, but if you want. That's the exciting thing about 3D. If you want it, you could do it. You don't need to. You know, you can still see stuff in 2D. You know, we've been seeing it that way for quite some time. But if you want it, there's 3D, and you can go into the settings and kind of mess around with that. Display options, like anything you want. Anything you want. Really dim, you know, brighter, no display, less information, more information, gaps in information. Whatever you need, that's there for you. The projector setup, what's interesting about this is that you'll see, oh here, let me. What's interesting about this projector setup is that it shows you the tool that's necessary to change the projector setup. And this is this is an interesting field in menu systems. Actually utilizing real-world tools to adjust a menu setting. So all of these other menu settings that you see here, these are all, you can change these either with a touch display or any kind of platform. If you're using something that has gestural recognition, you can use that as well. You know, you're doing this little thing or whatever. So all of this can be adjusted. However, with projector setup, you have to use a wrench. So, and it's an adjustable wrench. So as you can see here, this indicates the screw part of the wrench. And this part can actually go up and down. So you're gonna need that. So it's very rare that you see that, but we're kind of messing around with mixed reality in that way. P&P, we're still working on that. Test pattern, please do. If you can, definitely give it a shot. Signal list, well, it's just pretty boring, but it is a list of different types of signal. Different wavelengths, different ways of transmitting signals, different ways of receiving signals, different ways of pronouncing the word signal, like signal, and things like that. So something pretty exciting is for the kids. Obviously, if you have kids, they're going to really enjoy this. Security just gives you a feeling of confidence. You know, so while you're using this menu, you know, you want to feel confident that you're secure using this menu. You've got your wrench, you know, you've got your device you're using to interface with it, and so on and so forth. Take your time. You're secure. This network, this old symbol right here, this network symbol, where in older computers have to after all of that, you see these things blinking like blue, kind of like flashing, and you're like, oh yeah, the network, okay, it's active. So that's good that we have that, just a call back to 1996. Menu select, you all know what that is, but here's the interesting part. We have a menu, right? Menus are great. I get it. You know, we need it. We need a list of things to choose from. We've added a sub-menu. Now, for many years, people thought it was impossible. How can you add another menu that's underneath the menu? Well, we've done it. Utilizing advanced AI fog computing, we've engineered the possibility of almost limitless menus. Now, some people would say if you have multiple menus, you could call any one of those menus a sub-menu, right? You could do that if you wanted to. I wouldn't, So what distinguishes a sub-menu from just a system of menus? Here's what it is. A sub-menu gives you a feeling of like undergroundedness, like something that's below the surface, something that doesn't want to be seen, that you have to put in a little extra effort to see. And that's what a sub-menu is, and that's what it represents today, and that's where we're going. Beyond this, we just have the blackness of space. And the blackness of space surrounds us at all times, and that's really kind of the message that we wanted to present to you here, because we're going to rely on you, the developers, to really fill out this space. This is as far as we could go. This is as big as menus can get right now. We can't get any bigger. We start to lose so much resolution that we can't even read the words anymore. So at this point, it's up to you to fill out the rest of this, okay? So just think about that when you get your developer kits next year. Now, whether you're dealing with Microsoft HoloLens or HTC Vive or the Meta 2, or Oculus, or Zeltor Galchusets, or the Chinese company which is making strides in the mixed reality, the segment called Shunshushuri, you're going to have a great time exploring reality. Now, Terence McKenna was an interesting guy, as you've heard earlier. He messed around a lot with ketamine. But the thing is, the thing you have to remember is that, you know, as was said, perhaps we are a consciousness experiencing itself. And, you know, perhaps it's not just a reflection of ourselves that we're looking at when we see the world. Perhaps we're just a hall of mirrors and kaleidoscopic, ever-changing, kind of rainbow, orgasmic